Harry and Mike T and D Wood are here. We'll have college conversation as well. And a reminder, a week from today, we will be reacting to the first preseason game of the year. So football is back. 32 teams are in training camp, so let's go camping. We head back to Oxnard, California to begin. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys continuing to work. As is every year, Dallas enters the season with high expectations despite missing the playoffs last year. And speaking with reporters yesterday, listen to Dak talking about his motivation and what he wants to accomplish in 2025.
Yeah, having fun and winning the Super Bowl. Period. It's what I want. It's what I want from this game, and I know it's what everyone wants in this locker room. If anybody in that locker room don't believe it, then I ask them to get out. And Shotty said it day one we showed up. If you don't want to win a Super Bowl or don't think we can win a Super Bowl, then don't come to Oxnard, and you're in the wrong place. I want that first and foremost now, and that is the urgency that I carry with just the love and the passion of this game is not only wanting to win for myself, but one win for this organization. It's been damn long enough.
That's what we're talking about. Dak Prescott fired up. We've got urgency. We're talking Super Bowl. D. Wood, what do you think?
Can we just win a playoff game? Can we just do it? Listen, it's actually like out of character for Dak to be, making those proclamations or speaking like that. But listen, everyone wants to win a Super Bowl. Like, that's the ultimate goal for all these guys out there, especially in training camp. But I just need Dak Prescott, please just win a playoff game. Can we win a playoff game? Can we do something of that nature first before we get into all the Super Bowl talk and all those type of things? I get it. New head coach, new feel with the Dallas Cowboys. Your owners talking nonsense out here with the contract for Michael Parsons. But let's just win a playoff game.
So I can now offer you proof of the expression, great minds think alike. Because Mike Tannenbaum and I had exactly the same reaction when we heard that Dak Prescott soundbite. What was it?
He said exactly what he should be saying as the leader of the franchise, and that's why, Greeny, he's so well respected by ownership and his players and the coaches. That's what you want your battlefield commander to be saying. Like, that is the standard, and that is why Dak Prescott is the right guy for this situation, because you have an owner that, for whatever reason, at this point in his life, Greeny, says the wrong thing and he inflames the situation.
That's the point I'm making, is that what we just heard from Dak Prescott, that's what we should be hearing from Jerry Jones to open up. No, listen, who am I to tell Mr. Jones what he should be doing with his team? But I'm doing it anyway. That's what he should be. He should be sitting up there saying, we got a good team. We do. And we got a chance to win. And we're here to win the Super Bowl. And anyone who doesn't think we can win the Super Bowl can get out. Instead, he's sitting up there talking about the possibility of his best player getting hit by a bus. That's a literal quote. And so that's what I mean. That's why that was so frustrating. And this is so much better. I want my quarterback sitting up there saying, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. That's the urgency. And if you don't believe it, get out.
Well, it's finally you have a Dak Prescott that said, you know what, I'm not going to be corporate, Dak. Damn it, I'm going to say how I feel and what we should be doing. And it's great that your leader of the organization, the guy who's at the quarterback position, is actually saying these things. Now all you have to do is go out and do it. And for Dak Prescott, you need to be the reason why you actually are able to do it, and not the reason why you lose.
Look, that's fair. But whether or not he has always... How much of the culpability for their lack of postseason success you want to put on him is a fair conversation, but a different one.
Right.
On July 24th, which is what it was when he was saying those things, that's what you want the leader of your team saying, right? You said it a moment ago, and you're right. Every team feels that way, but that's leadership. That's what you want. That's the rope you want everyone tugging on in the same direction.
Yeah, I think, listen, to the point that you guys are making is that we want the focus to be on football and having one voice talking about that. When you having, your owner saying one thing and Brian Schottenheimer and Dak, I think they're just trying to refocus everybody on what's really important right now. It's not contracts, it's not any of that. It's about focusing on football and how we prepare this journey.
Well, you guys both worked with Brian Schottenheimer with the Jets. Yeah. Pardon me, you played for him. You were the GM when he was the offensive coordinator. He's that kind of guy, right? And he's somewhat accustomed, you made a good point this morning, to having someone that he's working for who likes to say a lot of things.
Are you referring to a bellicose Rex Ryan?
Yes, there is no other kind of Rex Ryan.
But look, if we do the autopsy of how he got hired, clearly when Brian Schottenheimer was hired by Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott felt good about it. They are very like-minded, as D. Windows as well. Brian is very much more of a Jason Garrett type. Keep the ball in the fairway, not going to inflame anything. And that's a great compliment to what you have in the ownership. So to me, yes, the success we had in New York with Mark Sanchez, Rex Ryan, Brian Schottenheimer is well qualified for the situation.
So, Harry, let's finish this part of the conversation by doing the mathematical equation that is on our screen. Brian Schottenheimer, his offense, plus these Cowboys, this collection of talent equals what?
Number one, I would say a balanced attack. And that's what you got to have in today's football. Also, you look at a lot more movement pre-snap, giving the defense something else to think about before the ball is actually snapped. A little eye candy, which gives you advantages on the offensive side of football. And also emphasizing the line of scrimmage. That's what the game is won, whether it's offense or defense. But offensively right now, emphasizing the line of scrimmage and how important it is for this team.
High-profile, glamour team thinking big-time thoughts. Those are the Dallas Cowboys. They are also the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are in camp right now with their new quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Fans lining up outside of Steelers training camp yesterday to get a glimpse of Aaron in black and gold. And there he was, and he was flinging it around the yard yesterday. I was eagerly following Brooke Pryor's videos that she was posting yesterday. After practice, Rodgers was asked about the general manager Omar Khan's comments that the Steelers are built to win the Super Bowl, and here's what he said.
I think most of the 32 teams would probably say something to that accord at this time of the year. But I think that there's really only 6 to 8 that really have a legitimate chance. Sometimes it's 10 to 12, and there's teams that surprise you, but I would say on paper we're probably one of those 10 to 12.
You go into the season thinking like this might be the last ride, or do you sort of just, is that a decision you'll make maybe at the end of the process?
Yeah, I might go into the season like that. Might not.
Okay, so Aaron's in mid-season form with giving you something to chew on with regard to whether, but I don't think that's the topic here. The topic is a very un-Steeler-like. You weren't with us yesterday, Mike T. We touched on this. The Steelers have had a very un-Steeler-like offseason. You worked against them for all those seasons, if that's the right way to put it and all that. They have always been, keep the ball in the fairway, don't do anything crazy. They don't sign free agents. They don't play in that place. They don't fire coaches. Well, in this case, they sign Aaron Rodgers. They make the big trade for DK Metcalf. They make the commitment at the end here to TJ Watt to make sure they're ready. A few other moves around the edges. They have pushed all their chips to the middle of the table. They're acting like a win-now team.
Yeah, and it's not going to be good enough in my opinion. And Greedy, you were at the draft covering it. The inflection point was the first round. They drafted a really good player, Derek Harmon, but they announced to the world, we're going to be all in on Aaron Rodgers. And I think best case scenario, guys, they are the third best team in their division. They're not going to be better than the Ravens. And even without Trey Henderson, Cincinnati is going to score. We talked about this last week, Greedy. In the history of our game, in the history of the entire sport, throwing out Tom Brady, Drew Brees had one game at 42 years old in the playoffs.